v.h.s.x? What do you mean?
Well, we're back. We actually have Pinhead today. I was actually trying to get Deadlock level 3 for all my characters, so then I played a little bit of Pinhead. I was still trying to figure out the right build and everything. As you can see, I kind of went for rapid, maybe pain res, a little bit of slowdown, you know, that kind of stuff. And I was also trying to find a good spot to place down the droplets and overall just try to get as much BP as I possibly could. And that was sort of the strategy. Now, I don't find myself trying to play Pinhead much after getting level 3 Deadlock for all my killers. He is quite difficult to learn. So I will advise, you know, anybody who's learning, you know, just stick with it if you really want to, you know, give Pinhead a chance. If you really want to get good with him, it's going to take time. But I unfortunately didn't really have the patience for that. I already played a lot of the killers. As it is, like almost half the roster at this rate, so I think I'm good. I don't really need to main Pinhead as well. Now, I was trying to use the blood circle there. Was not really fortunate to get any use out of that. So, we're not looping. Okay, yeah, now we actually were doing quite well. The usual T&L routine, you know what I'm saying? And then he holds W, so that's how we try to activate the chain there, but ended up missing. One of my biggest problems was obviously the fact that, like, the chain can go on for very long before it, like, goes back to where you're at, so I found that very difficult when trying to learn the character, to say the least. So, as you can see, you know what I'm saying, they're trying to bully and whatnot, you know, using for the people buckle up, everybody's running the same survivor, yada yada yada. And as you can see, like, they tried. They certainly tried. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I noticed more bully squads when I play other killers I don't really play at all compared to when I play my mains, which I find pretty interesting. I don't know if it's because they stay at the low MMR or not. I don't know how that works, but that's just what I've seen. I feel like they get pretty rare like the more I play a character, if I don't even see them at all. But you're gonna see here I try to, like, you know, see if I can aim the chain up there to kind of take a look, but I realized it just wasn't really worth attempting to do so, because I realized that if I'm going to be going up against like 4 of the same survivor, the altruism is going to be very high, so we know that for a fact. That's why I decided to focus on the one that I was chasing, because he seemed like one of the weaker of the 4. So we were able to force a pallet out. The other one's going for a box. So that's passive slowdown. All I need is to worry about is the one person who's healthy. And I'm keeping an eye out for the injured ones so that I'm able to get the easy second state here. It's very simple stuff, you know. Obviously, we cancel it. We can actually force a trade, which is great. Knock them straight down. And I realized that they do also have a lot of flashlights and stuff like that. So it's a good thing that I ran right back when they least expected it, so I can obviously get a free pain res out of it, you know, start blowing up the gen. Just keeping them at 5 gens as long as possible to give me as much time as I can get here. So they instantly go for the save, so I figure, yeah, this is my opportunity. I can easily go for any one of them. I hit them because I know they have off the record, so I figure I'm gonna go for the one that did get unhooked, which is that one. And that's sort of how I work the squads into playing my way, because they want to save each other, they want to get clips, I guess, or force, you know, saves out and stuff like that to try to embarrass the killer, or who knows what, right? But I use that to my advantage. He thinks dumb teching me is gonna work or something like that. They're really trying. They're really trying. But thankfully, I landed correctly on the actual harvester, so I got an easy down. And obviously, you know, I'm gonna face backwards because they can't obviously run through me to get the blind. It's like subtle things like that. As you can see, they even try to run behind me for the people play. That's exactly why I had decided to go for the easy hit there. Now they're trying to go for blinds. You see what I'm saying? Like they're doing everything in their power to try to BM and lose their minds. I'm not sure how they got the save though. I found that a little strange, but I knew they had off the record, so I'm just gonna knock it off again. And then I just leave them on the ground because that'll force another survivor to another Leon to actually come up and try to get the save. I tried to use the chain there, but I just wasn't far enough, so that was unfortunate for me. Which that also showed me that they had the perk to pick up the pallets, because I knew that pallet got dropped earlier and then it got picked. It was up again. I was like, yeah, this isn't good. I got the right read. Just I think they had live because they were very fast. So I decided to break the wall. And it does bring down a lot of that time that it cuts off. Because by the time they vault, they're gonna be directly in front of me, so they don't really make any distance. They're trying to use the box and all that nonsense. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, I'm trying to get somebody out of the game. Now you see this other one trying to see if they can get some kind of pallet drop. That's not how that works, bro. Like, like they must be really used to going against goofy goobers that don't know what they're doing, because the way that they're moving, the way that they're playing is just incredibly ridiculous. Like they don't have any clue what the hell they're doing. In the sense of how, at least how to, like, you know, get saves and whatnot and try to really bully, because they're not really doing a great job. Unless I'm just gone against enough bully squads to know how they operate. It could be also that I can take into account, but mostly they're just getting finessed. I can't say much about that. So I figure, wait, hold on, this gen is flying. Let me make sure we go after this guy, because I figure that we can actually try to, like, I was at least attempting to use my power, at least a little bit, to get a little bit better with it. But I was not really fortunate enough to actually get that going. And I figured that they would have to drop the God palette in order to actually go for it, but you know, I believe it's because he knows his teammates are ready to save him. That's why he's playing super risky. Because if he was playing smart, he would have dropped the pallet automatically. As you can see here, if I didn't go for the swing there, because it was just a fumble on my part. Because I'm so used to playing like characters with like a weapon in their hands, so when it was hard for me to kind of visualize the distance with, like, when this guy Pinhead is just literally just has his hand sticking out, so it's not really like he's necessarily like swinging a knife or a machete or anything, you know. So it was a little bit difficult. It happens, you know what I'm saying, especially with a new killer. It definitely has like a certain feel to it. Which I will say, I do like the different aspects of Pinhead. I think they really nailed it with how accurate they really made him for the movie, for the original Hellraiser. I think it's wonderful. But I'm not like a super fan of the franchise, so that's why I'm okay with like having him at level 3 or level 6 just to have his cosmetics, but or maybe even the badges. But I probably won't like really main the character that much. Mainly because it's just a lot to learn, and it at least when I was playing up, I didn't really feel rewarded for really like learning how to use the ability, especially because of the margin for error was so huge that it felt like the miss felt like very punishing, considering like the if it did land, it doesn't really gain me a lot of distance or anything like that. Now obviously that comes with experience, and obviously more time with the character, that you'll kind of be able to pinpoint like this is the perfect moment to use my chain and stuff like that. Like that does need to be said. That is, like, you know, obvious. Come with me. But I just don't have the motivation to do so, personally, which is fine. You know what I'm saying? I already play a lot of the characters anyway. It's not really a problem for me, at least. Plus, there's other. I'm pretty sure there's other Pinhead mains out there anyway that post content for this character, so it's probably fine. I really am not too worried about it. In that sense. But either way, it was still okay. Very difficult to learn, though, I will say. Very, very high skill ceiling. You really, it's really like, it kind of reminds me of Clown in that sense, but a little bit of like with extra steps, obviously, because of the, you know, like you're trying to get that slowdown, but you have to like do a lot more aiming than I would say with Clown. I think with Clown, you can really just kind of arc it into where you kind of want it to go. And it'd be a lot easier to get that. So we once again hit the off the record again, just so we can make sure we knock it right off. And then with Rapid Brutality, we are able to make a little bit extra distance, which does help us out quite a bit in this particular chase. He's running up there. They're going for the box again. I've completely ignored the box entirely. Probably balanced landing, which is exactly that's what it was. To be expected. So that's why we immediately just use the chain just to lock them in, so you can't really go anywhere. And they're gonna use For the People again. So we just wait. I already knew it was coming, so that's why I was blocking him, trying to make sure I waste as much time as I can. I just was not able to get the timing on that. That was just a fumble on my part. But that's completely fine. I figure, yeah, he's just gonna be goofy and think he's faking stuff or vaulting or whatever nonsense. It really doesn't matter. I did try to use the chain, because I didn't really do enough research before playing Pinhead, because I just wanted to get my perks. so I didn't really know the exact moment to really like use the power. But like I've said before, it's fine. I really am not really motivated to be maining the character like that, so I'm completely fine with that. But either way, we were able to get on the pain res stack. We also got him on second state. I'm mainly focusing on the hook states and focusing on which ones already have hooks in the first place, so we can push those people out of the game as soon as possible, because that is the most powerful strategy to use in a lobby like this, that they always want to come in for saves. They're always trying to run behind you to use for the people and stuff like that. And I figure, you know, I don't have a problem, right? Because now I can teleport. The one who has the box is the one that's injured, I believe. Or no, it wasn't actually. My bad. Okay, you know, I was looking at the right icon there. So I did teleport just because, but I realized there's no reason to chase him, so I just kind of walked away. I wanted to actually get the injured one to come in, but I probably could have stayed in the area. It would have probably been an even easier sweep, you know. I would have knocked everybody down. But either way, we can go for either Leon, and it's an easy down. And that's what we're kind of doing here. But you can see they're running together, so I believe the one that's probably closer to me is the one with the endurance. But that's also why we, yeah, exactly, I was right. Me looking at the recording like days later. But yeah, so either way, like it was not bad. I was trying to focus on him anyway. That's why I think that was what I was thinking at the time, the strategy, just to focus on the one who's Death Hook. Which we use our blood moon boost, you know what I'm saying, to give us that lunge that we're looking for, and then we can immediately get him out of the game as well. Which is ultimately what we wanted to do. So we were able to clear out 2 survivors, keep them locked in at the 3-gen mark. They really didn't do a great job, honestly, of trying to defend their team. I would honestly, you know, have to. Man, they really did not do a great job. They got like one person doing for the people, and that was all they had. I'm like, damn, that's a shame. They could have probably done a lot more. But I figure, okay, well, we already see where the injured one is, so that's who I focus on. That is the most powerful play to go for. That is the strongest option. And there's no pallet there, so he just gets folded. I get him to know, you know what I'm saying, because they really tried it. Then I take a look around just to make sure they're probably going to fly in with background player, maybe try to blind or something, you know, so I took a look around, maybe I could try to spot him. But I realized it doesn't really matter. What difference does it make? There's 2 people left. And he's not even crawling under the pallet to at least try to get the other Leon to like try to save him. It just, they don't have any coordination. I don't know what's going on with that. Really goes to show. So they get on the hook. That's awesome. That's first hook for them. That's completely cool. Completely fine. Cool as a cucumber. We're chilling. So I figured he's probably going to close in for the save. That's why I start looking around, you know, giving it distance so that they think I left the area while I wait for them to go for the save. And then we'll just go after that same Leon who got unhooked again, just to really, you know, try to force the altruism. But we're just taking a look around. We don't really see anything though, which is what was interesting about it. I figured that they would instantly go for the save because that's usually what they end up doing. I checked on the gens and stuff. Like he just left him there on the hook for some reason. I wasn't sure what that was about. I even checked like the offerings because I was like, wait a minute, like. But we all brought blood point offerings, which is awesome. You know, we all had like party streamers, cakes and stuff. That's cool. That's really nice. So we got the M1. I think he maybe had balance. I'm not sure. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. I have no idea. I did try aiming it again, but to no avail, of course. Very difficult to learn. Very difficult to learn. But thankfully, we were able to get that pallet out the way. I was trying to use the blood lunge, like that. I don't know what to call it, the blood lunge, but I was trying to use the lunge from the circle, but it was not landing. So I'm trying to do some mind games, which I ended up mind gaming him, and then he ends up running behind me anyway. So I don't know what that was, but we vault right into him, and then we go ahead and follow him. We go ahead and wait for the vault, which of course we knew that was coming. We use the blood thing, and then we obviously give him the big no, you know what I'm saying? Really make sure that he gets the massive, you know, BM, of course, because we have to do it, you know what I'm saying? They really tried to bully and failed immediately. They started reclaiming the droplets and stuff. And then I'll go ahead and show the builds, too. So let's take a look at the builds. As you can see, they had For the People Buckle Up. There was at least 2 people with For the People Buckle Up, 2 off the records. Resilience, Live, Adrenaline, the other one had Balanced, the other Healing perk, and some Stable perk for some reason. So I don't know. I don't think they really did a great job of, I don't really think they did a great job of actually, what do you call it? Trying to bully, I should say. And I actually turned off the setting there, just to, you know, so we could see. And they have one of them that's, I guess is a Leon main, but then I guess he tried to like rope in his friends to play Leon or something. I don't know. I don't know what happened there, but we're gonna move on to the next one. So we're diving into yet another Pinhead gameplay for this one, which I believe this will probably be the only real like video the only real time I'll be playing the game with Pinhead, obviously, because I really just like I've said in the other portion of the video, just don't really have any motivation to play them necessarily, but that's completely fine. Now this one's a bit more of a fun one, I would say. I ran my usual build because I figure I just wanted to just kind of finish leveling the character already, because I was just kind of getting a little bit tired of playing it. So we focus on the Nancy, of course. That is pretty much the way to go. She is injured already. We already know they're going to have to drop down from there. They do end up making a vault. This wall is extremely long for some reason, so I just try to go after somebody else. They just kind of zoom off with sprint bursts. Because God forbid you actually get into an interesting chase in this game. So I figure, well, Nancy's probably over here in this back area of the map. I could probably start placing down some of the droplets for the event. Get our blood points up as usual. And we can see what we do. So this map is also notoriously very difficult for an M1 killer especially. I find this map to be very, very bad. Very badly designed, so it's unfortunate. It is cool though, that is from the Alien franchise, and it's great. I mean, it's awesome. But, you know, it's just, the structure is not ideal for a lot of killers, so it's not super fun. So we know Ada has balanced. What I figured I'd do here is actually just go ahead and teleport, because I figured that the Nancy's the one picking up the box, which is injured. And the whole squad is here, which is insane. So I was like, alright, this is my opportunity to make it happen, right? Because I figure we focus on Nancy, we just gotta, you know, pinpoint where they're gonna go. I vault in because I know that the Nancy's gonna try to fly around, and they decide to vault back into me. So that's when I took advantage and put them on the hook. So at this point, this is where it got hilarious, because this is when I started to hit them with the crazy BM, you know. Usually when they do something dumb like that, that's when I'll hit them with the nod and stuff like that, because you know, it usually gets them pretty salty. As you can see, now she's quitting, so I'm like, yes, quit. I usually start doing that. It usually forces them out, so that's really cool. I usually have a good time doing that. It's very funny. And as you can see, they gave up. So now I just hit them with the ability to stare at them, you know. Oh man, you gotta love the crybaby, you know, like type of nonsense they're in too, man. It's really funny. It does fit the Pinhead vibe, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, like, glorious suffering and all that stuff. So I guess that is the one most, like, Pinhead thing I can do in the game. So that was pretty fun. And then we just took him out of the game, put him out of their misery. Oh, man, that was hilarious. That was really funny. So then I was looking around. We also get Bill on the hook as well. So that was actually pretty funny. And from there, we just kind of spiraled out of control, because that's why I always say it, like, in all my videos, you have to get somebody eliminated out of the game as soon as possible. And I mean that usually for the M1 killers, like, you know, Myers, Freddy, Ghostface, even Pinhead, I would argue too. Like, a lot of the, like, Clown, I'm like, all the M1 really focused killers that don't necessarily have that ability. I would definitely highly recommend getting somebody out of the game, just so that you can make it a lot more fun and easier for yourself to micromanage all the survivors, and having to deal with 4 people at endgame who will, of course, all have teamwork and then escape. So it's not really worth doing that. Regardless of whatever you think about the challenge of the match or whatever nonsense. The higher the MMR, the tougher it gets, so let's really be honest. Now, you're gonna see Bill's brute forcing a body block, right? So I figure, well, if he wants to smoke, we'll just down him again. I don't have a problem with that. I think he's also probably giving up as well, so that works out. The other one's going for the box. I figure if they do go for the box, I'm just gonna go ahead and teleport to them. Because I really just, at this point of me playing Pinhead, like, to try to get my levels, I wasn't even, like, worried about trying to, like, even worry about the box logic. I've tried, like, when I was playing him at first, like, when I was really, like, I was at, like, I think, level 1 with Pinhead, and I was, like, trying to kind of make it work with Barbecue, Lethal. But Barbecue was just, like, not proccing on half of them. I think it's because they always had distortion or something. Or they just were always too close to the hook, so I was like, damn, bro, like, I just never could get value, to know where the heck they are. So we were able to take Bill out of the game. But I just had bad luck with that, so, now I was trying to hit them with the, chain that kind of, like, canceled their ability. I thought it would be pretty cool to hit the shot, like, I thought it'd be interesting. Which I actually hit that one, which was good, so I was actually proud, but, the chains broke extremely fast, so obviously not the best place to deploy it, because they can just turn the corner and break all the chains. Which is kind of what, like, one of my biggest issues with Pinhead was just the fact that there's just a lot of, like, stuff on maps like Nostromo, maps like, you know, well, this map is a perfect example. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, so, like, it does break your chains very, very easily. So that I found, pretty unfortunate for playing the character. Now, I was at least glad to be able to find the box, which is awesome. So I was just I gone ahead and picked it up. Why not, right? And then in the meantime, now we could just go ahead and chase down the Young Jin. And then this is where, you know, like, you know, what a waste of good suffering kicks in, because, you know, because now here's where I started to have fun, because I just downed one. I would go find the other one. Now, there was a weird graphic, like a weird glitch or something that's, like, causing the little portal things to appear, but there's, like, no chain coming out of them, so it makes me think that there's people there, but there's not. Which is really unfortunate. Now, I figure that they do have the box. They're probably getting hit with all the chains and stuff. I would have at least heard the chains reach out, so they're probably very far away. So then they actually did go for the pickup, and this is where, you know, I'm gonna leave all this in because I found this very enjoyable. I was out here, just absolutely, like, which surprisingly Smash Hit actually made an appearance in this gameplay. Who would have guessed? You know, we barely ever see that. But I figured, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and grab our little, you know, blood drop, and let's go ahead and follow him. I was sitting there like, really, bro? Like, you're gonna use balanced? I'm like, yo, it's always perks. I have not seen a good strategy in quite a bit of time. And then they get finessed regardless. So, which, of course, for some reason, I was way out of range because I'm not used to his weapon, being a chain that he summons out of his out of the portals and stuff. Which I still think is cool. It's really cool, bro. His weapon is extremely cool and unique. I will like sit here and glaze the chapter, you know what I'm saying, in that sense. But well, I mean a little bit pause on that, but you get the point. It's a great way to represent the character. I just wish that well, not really. I don't wish at all. It's a cool franchise, but it's just not my favorite franchise, as you could probably guess by the videos that I put up. So I actually break the pallet with my back facing them, so that I would force them back over to that corner of the map, because you always want to keep them pushing toward the edges of the map. And then obviously here they picked up the box, so I just teleport to them like, anyway, and I'll break this pallet, you know what I mean? I just went back and forth. I'm not gonna let them you know, think they're making it out of this, you know what I'm saying? It's at 4 gens. We're gonna keep it there. We're gonna keep doing the Pinhead thing and tormenting them essentially for the whole game, which now once again we have Spirit Fury activating, so that's when it was trying to go for the swing. I was assuming that the blood circle would have gave me like a little bit of a boost, but of course, because it's Nostromo, they just make yet a new palette, so we're not really surprised by that. But as you can see by just me walking around the map, you see all the clutter, like a bunch of rocks and stones and metal pieces and of the ship and all that type of stuff. Like, all those things are going to break the chain for good old Pinhead here, which is so unfortunate. Like, it really is massively unfortunate. As you can see too, there's like 2 other pallets connected side by side. So this one's crawling to the basement. I went to go ahead and broke the generator for, like, so that it regresses. It was really funny. It was really funny. I was like, alright, cool, so we'll just leave them on the ground now. I must be going now. And I'll just go over there and knock down the Ada and give him the biggest nod. Oh, man. So as I go to hook, one DCs and then the other. It was so funny, man. I was like, wow. It was like, this was the highlight. Oh, man, it was so glorious when that happened, man. I was in here dying when I saw it. Oh, man. That was a highlight for sure. We got the double DC. Like, that's insane. So here we are again for a third gameplay. We're here with Pinhead on the Rancid Abattoir, if you will. If that's how you pronounce it, of course. Now, as you can see, we actually have a no mither. We have a little variety of good old survivors here. Now, as you can probably guess, I do play on Anonymous quite a bit. It's mostly because I tend to stream and I don't want to like forget to turn it on, so that people don't, you know, get like harassed or anything like that. So that's pretty cool. But either way, I will say I did have a different build. This is when I was trying to use like lethal and barbecue to kind of get like used to box logic. But like this is one of the matches where I barely got value. I wasn't really sure why. Like I feel like barbecue just was not proccing. And of course, you know, we obviously get the people thinking that they're going to do some bullying around here, which shambles for me. I was a little too slow on the box, unfortunately, but we figure why not just focus on at least trying to intercept it. I even had the right add-ons for increased range and the longer time to complete the box and stuff like that, but it just really did not give me a lot of value at all, which was really unfortunate. But either way, now that I had realized, like, yeah, this is probably yet another, you know, bully squad type of beat, you know what I'm saying? That's why I figure, all right, this should be an easy wash. Obviously, I'm just trying to, you know, kind of stay mobile, just trying to stay splitting pressure. We obviously lose the generator because, I mean, this is just, you know, DBD for you. But we do find the no mither, so that's exactly what we were looking for. So I figured we try to bait it to kind of get him to there, like, to go around. But he's trying to, what do you call it? Kind of use the check spots and stuff like that. We also have Vittorio waiting for the save. So I figure I can actually just spin around here. If he has background, then he would get it, but it was no way he was gonna get the save. So that's why I immediately went for that. Gone for the Pain Res. Now Pain Res is gonna go ahead and block the gen that they were working on because it'll explode. He also was tapping the other gen, so that got blocked as well. So we're getting some pretty good slowdown, which is very nice. Now, what we pretty much do here is to stay within the proximity so we can defend the objective. They're going to pick up the box and all that type of stuff. I was at least trying to attempt to stop it, which we kind of did, but as you see, the change is kind of like, even if you miss, it's like, it's not even like it cancels. It flies for like a good extra 2 seconds. I'm like, bro, can I cancel this? Like, if I miss, can I cancel it already? Like, I don't want to be here all day with that. Now, I got another down very easily because they never healed, and then he's busy working on the box while the other one is trying to attempt to blind with background, which is hilarious that they had background and still got finessed. I really don't know how that's possible. You literally have a perk that gives you 200% speed and still couldn't get the position. I don't understand it, right? So David's about to reach the second state. I figure he might end up getting saved right before that. I thought I had a blood drop. I don't think I did. And I was kind of confused by that because I was like, didn't I not just hit people like with blood drops? But I figure we have to lock it down here because we have a gen next to us that has a lot of progress, and we have somebody on the hook. So this would be the smarter play to do, especially with a lobby like this. We also have this other gen that did go get regressed, and it has regressed quite a bit. This is pretty much the way to do it. That's why I use the hill for high ground, gives us a little bit of visibility, and that's what we utilize. Because keep in mind that the altruism is going to kick in. There's only about 2 people that can go for saves. So David is injured forever, pretty much. So he's not going to be able to go for a save without trading out. And that's why I got closer to make sure that I would force a second state. Because you have to force a second state like this with gen speed being this way, and then going for instant saves automatically, I'm like, yeah, now I gotta force a second save. So they were just a second off, which got me what I needed. David's going for the box again. Now, I figured that because Shiva's gonna most likely double back, I already knew that. Like, come on now. Anytime you break line of sight, they love double backing. So you know that was coming. Especially with players at this level that I'm playing Pinhead at. Because I don't really play a lot of Pinhead. So I had a feeling that it was going to be a lot of very predictable movement. So I was like, yeah, this would be easy. So we already took out Shiva at the 4th gen mark. They're losing their minds, trying to shine the light. Oh, we got this guy. Like, no, you don't. No, you don't. So I'm like, all right, well, I don't have to worry about... I don't have to really worry about the tutorial because I know he's going to try to close in for saves. I can go for Michaela or David. They're both injured. This would be an easy down, you know? So I was trying to use the power here, but I realized I accidentally canceled it. I'm used to like M2s that have you using the both the you know, M1 M2s to like activate, or the left and right triggers. And it was quite tricky, I would say the least. So I was like, yeah, let me just... I accidentally canceled it. But we also were able to get the pain res going. So that's one hook for Michaela with another pain res. And then I realized, yo, David's going to be right back there. I saw him climb up there. This is my perfect opportunity. I'm going to go ahead and kick this and pretend like I didn't see him. And I make my way over like la-di-da, like la-la-la, don't know what's going on. And then that's when I immediately will then walk over and just knock his goofy ass to the ground. And this is the perfect scenario once again, because now they have to go. Vittorio has to go for the save, and then while that's happening, now David gets a hook. So now they both have to come over for David, who's on second state now. So this is how you're leveraging the game, right? Now we know that gen's regressing, the other gen next to me is regressing. We got 2 different gens regressing. You got Barbecue showing me that they're healing over there. We're in a great spot. Not really anything to complain about, I would say. Pretty solid. You know, spread going as well. You know, I had the main building. Now move away from it just a bit, just so I can try to practice my chain, which of course once again misses anyway. I had figured as much because, you know, I remember the one of the tips that I did here when playing Pinhead is to kind of be fast about it, which I think I got the speed down. I just didn't get the for some reason I'm just not getting the actual hit with the chain. But either way, it's completely fine. I'm not going to be really playing the character that much, so it's completely fine. So David decides to pick up the box, so this is my opportunity to teleport straight to him, because I don't really care for the box right now. I just want to get David out of the game, especially because he is one hit, so he's going to have to pre-drop the pallets if he doesn't want to go down. He's on death hook and 1 hit away. Worst case scenario for him, of course, we know that somebody's going to fly in for a body block. That is completely fine. We go right around that. That is A-okay. I know they're going to block the doorway, so I just swing through and I keep my eyes on the prize. Which is immediately what you should be focusing on, especially with a body block. You can swing if you really need to, like if you can't pass the doorway, but you need to keep your eyes off of that person. Just focus specifically on who you're looking for. Very crucial. He got greedy. He got very greedy and tried to go backwards. He tried to use the long range prompts that survivors have on pallets, but we don't let that happen because now he's out of the game. That leaves us with 2 survivors left. 1 gen already just finished, so we're doing great. We're doing great. We're also clearing out the pallets and stuff, and we know that Vittorio is also the one I think that does have that last stack I can use for some more pain. So we just break some guns, you know, get some points. You know, we already know the game's already won at this point, but we're just, and you can see multiple gens are being progressed. So if I didn't clear out the 1 to 2 survivors, I more than likely would have lost a lot of generators very easily. This is why I highly recommend, especially with a character like Pinhead, who is very M1 focused, to have to play ruthlessly if you really want to win your games and stuff like that. It's very important stuff. So we go ahead and what's crazy is that I got the lunge and I even got the swing, but I guess the aim assist just said, nah, you're not getting that. Ended up hitting the rock for whatever reason, so he thinks he can run past me for some reason. He really thinks I'm one of these goobers he's used to going against. It's not how it works, obviously. So I tried to use a chain there, but it just didn't really work. I think it was just due to how long I held it down. So hid the light really well, I would say. Used it to my advantage, caught him off guard, and now we can just go ahead and place him on a hook, which is not that one because that one's destroyed. But we can go ahead and place them on the pain res, which will then blow up the gen that the Michaela's working on, because you know that they're going to be on the generator. And it turned out it was the one right next to me. So, not a great move, I will say. I think that was probably maybe the one with the most progress. Who knows, right? Who knows? But I would say like the most progress before I had gotten into the chase. Now from here it's pretty simple stuff. I mean, I can easily just go for Vittorio. I even use the chain to buy extra time to waste his borrowed time. His base kit borrowed time. Knock him back down again. And then I just immediately pick up because I know they're not gonna get no damn blind. I'm trying to shine it at the back of my head as usual. I'm like, yeah, I already knew that was coming. Come on now. Like, come on now. And it's come on, man. It's like a walk through the park with these lobbies, man. Come on, man. It's super light. Light breeze and everything, you know. Kasapa smell the flowers and still win. Yep, now he starts quitting. Yep, there it is. Come on, man. But a lobby like this is so predictable. Like, you already know what they're trying to do. And it's easy to manipulate it. And, you know, they get pretty salty about it. You know, they will. You know they will. You know what I'm saying? You know they will. And, you know, you're going to see right here in just a second that we're in chase. We're doing pretty well. Still not really used to the range on good old Pinhead here. But Behavior really tried it. Behavior really tried it, man. They really tried it. You saw it right here in 4K, bro. Well, maybe not 4K, but maybe 1080p. But you freaking saw it exactly on time, bro. I say this in all my streams and all my damn videos. They're going to spawn the hatch under their feet, and you literally saw it happen just now. They literally tried to spawn it directly under her feet. I'm like, come on, Behavior. That's why I had to start celebrating. I'm like, come on now, bro. Like, Behavior really tried to give them a handout. I made sure to hit them up with this SS chain too. I'm like, take that with you, buddy. Like, damn. That was insanity. But I'd like to thank you for watching. If you want to see, you know, more content, we got plenty on the channel. Become a member for exclusive content. If you'll see more Pinhead or Ghostface or something else, make sure you leave a comment. And I would like to thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one.